helping to keep your organization running on all cylinders with processes flowing and business happening is essential for any business, especially right now as things are in flux in our lives. Organizational development is an important concept and foundation that HR professionals need to be aware of. All business leaders need to be aware of, but especially HR leaders. For those of you who are working towards HR certification, whether it's SHRM or HRCI, organizational development is a key component in your certification prep, and these topics around org development are going to be on your HR certification exam. My name is Jessica Miller-Merrill. I'm the founder of Workology and the creator of the ACE the HR exam. I am going to be sharing with you here in just a minute just a snippet from a recent Workology podcast interview with Claudio Diaz. He has more than 15 years of experience working for large and small organizations in the area of human resources as a CHRO, but also with his expertise in organizational development. He's worked in healthcare and he's worked for companies like Disney. So he has got it dialed in. There's no company that is better at org development, in my opinion, than Disney and the work that they do. So you're going to hear a short interview snippet from Claudio where he talks about what organizational development is. This is an important part of your HR certification prep. This topic will be on the exam, so you can listen to Claudio's short interview where he describes organizational development and what HR leaders need to know.
So I quickly became the subject matter expert for healthcare. And a healthcare system knocked on my door. They heard about me. I very kindly said, no, I'm very happy where I am, but they really enticed me to come and help them really create organizational development there at the health system. And so I was a corporate senior consultant of OD. I literally worked myself out of a job in 4 years by putting directors of OD out in the hospitals. They had a dotted line to me, and then obviously a hard line to their COOs. And so after that role, I became the director of leadership and organizational development for the largest privately held cheese company in the world. And it's out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. No surprise that cheese would be there. But it was a great opportunity to learn. And then the past, I'd say 16 years, I've been in professional services as either a CHRO or a chief people officer. So that kind of gives you the rundown of the experiences that I've had and how they evolved.
Well, it's really impressive, your organizational development experience. It's extensive. I mean, the fact that you started in housekeeping, somebody who's worked their way up in an organization and is now a leader of people for those organizations. It's just incredible. Tell me a little bit more about your work in the organizational development space. I want to know more because I think that if we think back to the 90s and the 2000s, like organizational development was still really early. So talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. And what I try to do is I try to simplify that which is complex, right? And so I'm going to simplify what OD is, and I really hope that my industrial and organizational psych friends don't get offended here. But just like personal development is helping someone, an individual, become their best, organizational development treats the entire organization as one entity and then tries to find ways to make it optimal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And obviously, you know, if we want to develop that entity, we need to then get to know the operation so well that we can consult each group on what, and I'm using air quotes here, but performance enhancement might look like in their division. And a lot of OD individuals are usually out in the field because the time that we spend getting to know your operations as our clients and all the little quirks that go with that will give us an immediate ROI in the solutions that we bring to you. You know, there could be a poor product line, for instance, somewhere in your manufacturing environment, or the way that the team is engaged and working together. So we put together an engagement survey or do a workflow analysis or cultural analysis to see what's going on. And so there was a gentleman back then when you were alluding to 20 years ago named Bruce Tuckman, who really put it into a model, a very simple model that kind of rhymes. It's the evolution of forming, storming, norming, performing, and then some have added adjourning. And it's really, OD is really taking someone through that phase. And if you think about new teams, when they first form, everybody's woohoo. But then we go through our storming phases, but then we get back to normal. And now we all of a sudden start performing. And so that evolution could take time, or it could be done quickly, depending on how you use an OD professional to guide you through that journey. So as much as I'm trying to simplify it, it obviously has lots of different tenets and, 8 arms like an octopus, but there are some simple concepts that are pretty critical to making an OD consultant pretty successful.
Well, there you have it. An interview with Claudio Diaz on organizational development, giving you the basics very quickly of what you need to know about org development and why it's important and imperative for HR, as well as supporting your organization. A special thank you to Claudio Diaz for that Workology podcast interview. You can go to workologypodcast.com to listen to his interview in entirety. It's part of our CHRO series. My name is Jessica Miller-Merrill. Thank you for watching this topic, organizational development, essential for HR. You can learn more about resources on organizational development by visiting learn.workology.com, where we can help you ace your HR certification exam and provide support with our Ace the HR exam course or ongoing personal development training in the area of organizational development with our Upskill HR program. Thank you for listening and tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, let me know what kinds of topics you need to help ace your HR certification exam or grow in the areas of personal and professional development for HR. Leave me a comment, like this video, subscribe, and share with others. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on YouTube.